ZIG markers have been the marker of the year for me, probably even the marker of the century. In today's video, I'm going to share my 5 favorite ways to use them. Let's get started. These ZIG markers definitely deserve a special mention. I absolutely fell in love with them. I ordered mine off Amazon, but you can get them in some online stores as well. They usually come in as a set of 6 in mild colors or smoky colors, or both, as I did. I just purchased them both. And you can get a set of metallic markers as well, a set of 6. There's also a set of 12 of them with a pen tip, which is great for all the colors to match in your journals. They're a bit on the pricier end, but it's a high quality marker which makes a perfect dot every time and doesn't bleed through the paper. Very important. I got these non-branded ones as well, and they definitely bleed through a little bit, and it's a bit harder to make a perfect circle with them, so would highly recommend getting the branded ZIG dot markers. There is definitely more to them than just making little dots. Let's get to some of their uses. The first one is definitely decorative. These could be made into a perfect drawing tool. You can add little dotted bursts all over your page. The stronger you've pressed on it, the bigger the dot comes out, so you can definitely make a few different size ones, and it would fit the for each perfectly, especially if there's a white space you wanted to fill. Can't go wrong with bursts. You can also fill the certain shape you created, like a banner, or even fill the whole box with them as part of the decoration and a fun element. You can also draw little strings and make dots on them to make for a fun heading and decorative element. I don't have the metallic ones just yet, but I will definitely buy them for celebrations such as New Year's and Christmas, and that can make for a perfect little decoration. Dots would make such perfect, wonderful bubbles for the Christmas tree, wouldn't it? You can definitely be creative with this. You can even sprinkle some dots as confetti at the top of the page of your planner and make different shapes. It's definitely not restricted to just dots. It's all about the pressure you apply and how you use them. Now, did you know that you can also use them as highlighters? That's great news if you wanted colors to perfectly match on your page. The only thing with it is that you have to draw the highlighted bit first and then write on top of it, as otherwise it would smudge a little bit. So it's not exactly a highlighter, but it still works for your page. Makes for such a beautiful header too if you're writing on top of the highlighted bit. You can use them as pens and write with the highlighted bit if you really wanted to, again for the consistency for the page. But you don't have to, especially if you have the dual tip ones. That works out really well, the best of both worlds. Building on that, it works amazing for lists and marking to-dos. That's truly what I'm using it for the most. Now that you have the highlighted header too, you just need to put down a few bullet points on there and there's your list completed. I usually use them to complete a task in my planner. I use a little stencil to draw a checklist, and then it's so easy to mark a task completed. But you can make your to-do list by simply putting a dot and marking it off. That works out just as well. It is also perfect for color coding different tasks and marking different things off on your calendar pages or anywhere really. I have a mood tracker in my journal where I mark my day with a ZIG marker. I have over half a year's data in there and just can see which days were lazy, which days were productive, when did I not like my job that much, etc. It becomes a little agenda really. I also use them to color code my workouts on the other calendar page. That way I know when I'm slacking off a little bit. You can also use them to color code and mark something down that way. I have these goal inserts here for my health and fitness and selected a few colors per month and put a little dot if I eat healthy that day, or if I exercise, it's another color coded dot. And I can see how many I'm collecting and what are the tendencies here. Same with your regular pages, could just sprinkle a dot somewhere that only you will know the meaning of. A secret little dot. With the color coding though, the best tip I have is to mark down the number of the marker with your meaning, as that way you don't get lost between all the shades of pink. Finally and similarly, they're perfect for habit trackers. You can make a habit tracker for the month or for the week by simply dotting out all the days, and all that's left afterwards is to mark each one off and you feel accomplished after you have. Or you could simply put a little dot down every time you're completing a task, either on the existing habit tracker you made for yourself or just random page. Like here I'm putting a little dot every time I transfer some money to my savings and investment accounts. There's even some habit tracker stickers, and that way you already have your little calendar and just mark it off once you've completed the task. Easy peasy. You could use the existing calendars a similar way to my workout tracker. Say dedicate that yearly calendar to reading, and every day you've read, put a little dot on it. So satisfying. What's your marker of the year? Please let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, you might also want to check this one out. That's all about my planner joys and disappointments for last year. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in my next craft session.